皆さんこんにちは。ジャパニーズポットです。
おはよう東京、こんばんはニューヨーク、こんにちはロンドン。
Hi everyone, こんにちは. I'm Jessie.
こんにちは. And I'm Naomi.
Welcome to Absolute Beginner Season 1, Lesson 1. Say hello in Japanese no matter the time of day. Our first lesson of Absolute Beginner.
A brand new series.
That's right. This is a brand new series at JapanesePod101.com. As you may have guessed, this series is designed for absolute beginners to Japanese. And some people might be thinking, well, how's it different from the newbie series? Well, this Absolute Beginner series is recommended for those who aren't interested in studying grammar and learning the meaning behind every particle and piece of the sentence. Instead, you'll learn Japanese through easy-to-use sentence patterns and expressions.
Right. We aim to make Japanese simple and fun.
Exactly.
The first 5 lessons are called the introduction lessons.
Yes, these first 5 lessons will teach you the very basics of Japanese, the essentials.
You can't speak Japanese without knowing these.
Definitely. After the introduction lessons, you'll follow the story of Taylor Allen, an American who is hosting some Japanese family members at his home.
Please stay tuned. You won't want to miss it.
For now, let's get started with Introduction Lesson 1. Naomi, what are we going to learn in this lesson?
Well, did you catch the phrase we said in the beginning?
Konnichiwa, which means hello, right?
Yes, we'll learn this and many other basic greetings in Japanese.
Sounds good. Oh, but before we get into anything, there's something important I want to mention about Japanese.
Oh, what's that?
The fact that there are different politeness levels. At the beginning stages, we divide them into 2 groups, formal speech and informal speech.
Good point. In Japanese, the level of speech you use depends on who you're talking to.
Exactly. For example, if you're talking to a stranger, someone older than you, or someone you don't know very well, even if they're a family member, you will use formal speech.
If you're talking to close friends or family, you will use informal speech.
Right, and in this series,
we will mostly use formal speech.
Yes, and you may wonder why that is. Here's why. If you use formal speech, you're safe in pretty much any situation. Even if the situation calls for informal speech, you're not going to offend anyone. On the other hand, if you use informal speech in a situation where you should be using formal speech, you could come off as rude.
Right. Sticking with formal speech at first is safe.
Yes, but we will introduce you to informal words and phrases throughout the series as well. Okay, so let's get started. Please listen closely to the following phrases.
おはよ
おはようございます。
う、こんにちは、
こんにちは。
こんばんは。
こんばんは。
Let's listen to the conversation again slowly.
おはよう、
おはようございます。
こんにちは、
こんにちは。
こんばんは。
こんばんは。
Now, let's listen to it with the translation.
おはよ
Morning.
おはようございます。
Good morning.
う、こんにちは、
Hello.
こんにちは。
Hello.
こんばんは。
Good evening.
こんばんは。
Good evening.
Okay, so we just heard 3 sets of phrases.
Yes, phrases to use in the morning, during the daytime, and at night.
These are phrases you use when you first see someone that day, so basically, they're greetings.
Right.
We aren't going to go in order from morning to night, though. We're going to start with the one that you probably already know. Naomi, which one is that?
こんにちは。
Konnichiwa. Now, this word is well known even among people who don't speak Japanese, but those people may not know the correct pronunciation. Can we hear it again, Naomi? Listen carefully.
こんにちは。
Konnichiwa. You hold the n sound for a little bit, don't you?
That's right. こんにちは。
Listeners, now you try it. Repeat after Naomi.
こんにちは。
Great. Now, we can use this word anytime, right?
Yes, This is your basic standard greeting in Japanese. But there are even better expressions to use in the morning and evening.
Yes, let's hear them again. What do we say in the morning?
おはようございます。
おはようございます。
This means good morning.
Good morning. おはようございます。
おはようございます。
Now it's the listener's turn. Repeat after Naomi.
おはようございます。Great job!
Naomi, I have a question. In the beginning of the lesson, the first person said just おはよう and the second person said おはようございます. The first one is shorter, but why is that?
Good question. Remember how we talked about the two types of speech?
Ah, yes. Formal speech and informal speech?
Yes. The longer version, おはようございます is formal speech. If you take off the last part, ございます, you end up with おはよう. This is informal speech.
Ah, so with close friends and family members, we can just say おはよう.
Exactly. With all other people, you should use おはようございます.
Ah, that's good to know. So let's show an example of how both are used. Let's say Naomi is my boss and I'm her subordinate. When we meet each other at work first thing in the morning, we might say something like this.
おはよう.
おはようございます.
Just like that.
Okay, and now we have one more phrase to go over, the one we use in the evening, which is
こんばんは.
こんばんは.
This means good evening.
When do you start to use this?
I'd say when it starts to get dark.
Ah, so then you can switch from こんにちは to こんばんは.
That's right. こんばんは.
こんばんは. Now it's the listener's turn. Please repeat after Naomi.
こんばんは.
Great. Now we've gone over all three phrases. Let's review them all again. What do we say in the morning?
おはようございます.
During the daytime?
こんにちは.
And how about in the evening?
こんばんは.
Excellent. Now it's time for you to respond to Naomi, kind of like a mini role play. Imagine Naomi walking up to you and saying the following phrases. How would you respond? Here we go.
おはようございます.
The next one is,
こんにちは.
and the last one?
こんばんは.
Great. Awesome work, you guys. If you said the exact same thing back to Naomi, you're all set. You're now armed with 3 essential greetings in Japanese.
You've taken a big first step. And with that, that's all for this lesson.
So everyone, how did it go? Please leave us a comment. There's nothing we love more than hearing from our listeners.
Yes, please let us hear from you.
Please join us for the next lesson where you learn how to introduce yourself to someone you've just met.
Don't miss it. See you then.
Until next time.
おはよ
おはようございます。
う、こんにちは、
こんにちは。
こんばんは。
こんばんは。